If you're learning English to speak to your English friends and colleagues, you need to learn how to talk about your daily activities. Most conversations with friends are about the things we do every day. My name is Helen. I'm an English teacher from the glorious Peak District, and I've helped thousands of students to learn natural, fluent English that they can use in everyday conversations. Right now, I'm walking my dog, but this is not the first activity I've done today. Let's go back and see what I did earlier this morning.
Good morning. It's 5 a.m. and I've just got up. The first thing I do when I come downstairs is to let my dog out and then feed my animals. If I don't feed them straight away, my cat will just meow at me until I feed him. The reason I'm up so early is because I like to work out before my children wake up. So, first job, feed the animals, then eat and drink my coffee, and then I'm going to the gym for a workout. I'm dressed and I have my coffee, so I'm feeling a bit more human. When we say I feel more human, that just means I feel better. I feel more like myself. And if you can hear a strange noise in the background, that's my cat. He's chasing a ball around the floor. After I've had my coffee, I will be going into my gym to do a workout. This is my small gym at home, not the gym that I work in. I'm not working today. We will go out to my gym, which is actually just a shed in my garden. I'll show you, but the lighting is terrible, so I won't spend long in there. It's 6 a.m. It's not light yet, but I can just hear the birds waking up. I'm in my shed. I call this my gym because this is where I do my workouts. I work in a real gym 4 days a week, and on the days when I'm not working, I'm in here doing a workout at 6 o'clock in the morning. And I know some people think that's crazy, but I really enjoy it. It's 7 a.m. My workout is done. It's really cold today. There's some ice on the ground. And my next job is to get my children ready for school. It's 9 a.m. and I've just done the school run. When we say doing the school run, we mean taking children to school. And you can do the school run in your car, you can walk, you can get the bus. In large towns and cities, it's much more common to use the bus, but here in the countryside where I live, the public transport is not as frequent as it would be in large towns. So lots of parents will drive their children to school in the car, and anyone who lives close to school will walk. There are usually footpaths in small towns and countryside areas, so it's really easy and quite safe to walk to school if you live in a small town. I feel really lucky to live in this area. My school run is amazing. It's a beautiful drive. We do go a long way to school. My children go to a school quite a long way from our home, but the drive is just gorgeous. It's through the countryside, over the hills. We usually park the car in a small car park, and then we have a lovely walk alongside a little stream to get to school. It's springtime. This is my favourite time of year. I absolutely love it. On the banks of the stream, you can see snowdrops, those tiny white flowers which have just started growing as the weather gets warmer. And we usually see a few ducks here. Sometimes we bring food for the ducks and stop to feed them if we get up early enough. On my way home from school, I stopped at Tesco. Tesco is one of the big supermarkets in the UK. Almost every big town has a Tesco supermarket. And I stopped here to get some custard powder. I bought a fruit pie yesterday and I want some custard to go with it. Custard is best described as a sweet, creamy, vanilla flavoured sauce. So to make my custard, I'll be mixing this powder with milk and sugar. And I'll show you that later when I make it. But custard is really popular with sweet desserts such as fruit pie or crumble. Now I'm on my way home, and while my younger children are at school, I homeschool my eldest child. Homeschooling is legal in the UK. It is kind of regulated, but it's very, very relaxed. We have a homeschool inspection just once a year, and the inspector will come to speak to me about what kind of work my son is doing. They're just checking to see that he is actually learning something and that he's safe and healthy. Here is my custard. I'm eating this with cherry pie. It's 11:30 and I'm out walking my dog. The weather today is gorgeous. It's a little bit cold, but not too bad. It was icy this morning, but it's now about 10 degrees, which feels warm because we're just coming out of winter and really anything above freezing feels nice at the moment. If you have English friends, you might find that they get really excited on the first few sunny days of spring. And that's because the English winter feels very, very long and wet and cold. Right now, it feels like we haven't seen the sun for about 6 months. From October to February, it's usually wet and cold and dark. So a day like this feels like a treat. It's a great day to be out walking.
In England, you don't have to put your dog on a lead unless you are walking through a field with farm animals. On most public footpaths, you can let your dog run free, but they must be under control. Under control means that when you call your dog, he comes back to you.
It's 3:15 in the afternoon and I'm back at school again. This morning I said that the term school run means to take children to school, but it also means to pick up your children from school. So I'm doing the afternoon school run. Hello! I have eaten lunch. I didn't film my lunch because I've tried filming myself cooking before. It didn't work very well. I'll link a video of me cooking below. It was a disaster. So I am eating today, but I'm not filming any of that. My lunch was not traditional English food. It was probably more like Mexican food. I had spicy rice and beans with guacamole in a tortilla. It's now 5:20 in the evening. I'm back at home. I've just put some washing in. You might hear British people use the word washing or laundry. Both of those mean the same thing. It just means washing your clothes. So I'm doing the washing or I'm doing the laundry. It's the same thing and we might use either of those. I'm about to start making tea. And I just thought I'd say a little bit about the words lunch, dinner and tea because these can be a little bit confusing. Lunch is always a midday meal. So lunchtime means around 12 noon to 1 p.m. Lunch always means the meal in the middle of the day. Tea always means a meal in the late afternoon or early evening. So in my house, tea time is between 5 and 6 p.m. Traditionally, the British high tea was served at around 4 p.m. with a large dinner later on in the evening. I don't think this happens very much anymore. Certainly in working class houses, we just have one meal in the evening. Most people do not have high tea at 4 p.m. and then have a large meal later on. It's just not really practical. Most of us do not have servants there to cook and clean up for us, so we'd rather just do one meal. So tea time usually now means the evening meal. We also have dinner, and in different areas of the country, dinner could mean the same as lunch, or it could mean the same as tea. So if someone is talking about dinner, you may want to check what time they expect to be eating so that you know whether that is a midday meal or an evening meal, because it does vary depending on where in the country you are. It's 7 p.m. and my children are getting ready for bed, and I'm getting ready to edit this video. Once I've finished editing, I'm going to go to bed quite early, probably around 9:30, because tomorrow is a work day, and when I'm working at the gym, I get up at 4:30 in the morning. I hope this video taught you some useful vocabulary about daily activities, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!